I hope you're having a good wrap up to your weekend, Chia farming fam. So we're in the middle of the Z420 video here that's going to be actually really good, but there was something that just came up. It actually has some security implications to it, so I wanted to make sure to get the information to you that I understand it as and make sure that you are safe if you have been exposed. There is a multi-threaded downloader, it looks like, that's been circulating out there. Sounds like some people have done some analysis on it, and it could actually be malware. I'm unqualified to say whether it is or not, but I will say, if it was me and I had used it, I would treat it as malware at this point myself. So I'm going to go through some of the steps that you can go through if you have utilized this. If you have utilized this, send me an email. I'm interested in knowing if you end up getting rugged. digitalspaceport@gmail.com. Also, I'm going to talk about why this is just totally not needed, because we're going to go through the steps to set up and get running on the Chia database checkpoints. And that's available to everybody now. That will greatly speed up your synchronization. They just put this out like a week ago, and I'm going to go through the steps. We're going to install the client. We're going to download the database. We're going to extract the database, and that will get you up and running as fast as any extra downloads that you're going to find out there. All right, let's dive into what's going on.
So I heard about this about a week ago, I think the first time that it was being passed around in some of the discords out there. I believe Space Pool's Discord had somebody sharing these links out there. And this was basically to one of these websites, chiadb.co, chiadatabase.info, chiadownload.net. And this is a post that just popped up on Chia Forum. And so looking a little bit deeper into this, you can see that they are kind of going over the top here, saying that this pre-synced Chia database from a trusted source. I don't know what to say other than I think that there are a lot of red flags here. Now, the folks that have been looking at this appear to have done some analysis on it. I'm not qualified to say whether or not this is or is not malware, but I think it is very, very suspicious, and I think it is a good idea if you have used this multi-threaded downloader to download a database that you go ahead, move your XCH that is in the impacted key set immediately to another address. You might even consider setting up like a Gobi hot wallet or something that you would be able to generate, or a Pocket hot wallet that you would be able to generate an address really quickly and move those funds to. I can't tell you that you should do that, but that might be a course of action that I would take if I had done this. You should never use any of these downloaded databases, and I'm going to show you why at the end of this, because we now have the ability to peer-to-peer download them incredibly fast. It is very, very fast. When we see here that this is kind of going over the top to reassure you, that sets off alarm bells. I went to the GitHub for the person. This is interesting. They forked the Space Pool wiki. They've actually got the website that is just kind of set up here, and this is not an accessible. This doesn't give you anything about the actual download itself. And then aside from that, they also give you the Chia Pause repo that they forked. These are the three things in here. Trusted Chia database download, speed up your Chia synchronization. See, these things aren't needed now. They just are not needed. And so what should you do? Well, I think some of the first things that I would do is, if I had downloaded that exe file, I would consider that compromised myself. The entire computer. I think in my instance, I have a lot of backups, so I would revert to a backup or a checkpoint that was prior to when I had installed that. I would also consider the keys that I had on that computer compromised, and links to all this stuff in the description below. But, I think that you have got to consider that there has been a recent kind of little spat of rugging that's happened. Not a terrible amount was stolen, but there was some stealing that did happen, and downloading an executable like this from somebody that's, really pushing this hard in some discords and some other areas, this probably is something that is not a good idea to do. So I would actually consider those keys compromised at this point. What does it mean if you have compromised keys? Well, not your keys, not your crypto, unfortunately. And I mean, it does look like from this analysis that was done that this is actually touching the keyring file. And so putting it in RAM, putting it in memory, that's a pretty bad thing to be doing right there, to touch your keyring.yaml file. So I think that there's a good chance that we need more analysis on this from qualified professionals. If there is a crime that is being committed here, certainly this person should be investigated. I would regenerate a new set of keys for myself. I would unfortunately replot as a result of that. I do believe that is the only thing you would be able to do. to mitigate this. Sound off and let me know if I'm wrong on that. Also, sound off and let me know in the comments below or shoot me an email, digitalspaceport@gmail.com, if you have utilized this software. I am interested if anybody has seen anything yet or has been rugged yet, or if this is rugging or not rugging. But certainly we don't need to see any sort of downloadable in a day and age when we've got this amazing BitTorrent checkpoints for the Chia blockchain. So let's go through how you can get up and running with this, and that will essentially mean you have forever fast. This is going to be about 35 minutes for us to get the whole thing downloaded and extracted. That is awesome, and that is replicatable on anybody's system. You never need to go to a site that is downloading a up-to-date, synchronized, trusted, all these kind of words that are meant to build confidence in individuals. You don't need that. So definitely, let's go through those steps and get this database downloaded right now. And if you go to the torrent here, I've had this crash out every time I've tried it in Brave browser, which is unfortunate because that would be a super easy, convenient way for me to download this, or for you to download this possibly. But let's go ahead and install transmission. And then we can click finish on that, and then go ahead and close this out, the torrent, and save the torrent file. And we'll download that to the desktop. And so now that we've got the torrent file, if we go to the client here, we can specify a download location. And we're going to go ahead and just do a local session here, allow access. And we can just drag the torrent up there. It'll give us this information. The destination folder that you want to install it to needs to have enough available space. So make sure that you check your PC to make sure that you have the available space on it. I can see that I don't there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put it over here. And we're going to go ahead and start this download. And this will greatly increase your speed of synchronization. You should not download databases from any third parties. You should just literally either go to the official torrent or let the blockchain synchronize itself. If you let the blockchain synchronize itself, it will take quite a bit of time. You could be looking at a couple of days. However, this manner right here that we're using, you can see that we're going to be done in probably about 20 minutes, which is excellent. Okay, so now that we've got this downloaded, we're going to go ahead and extract it with our 7-zip application here. And in about 30 minutes, you've got yourself a pretty up-to-date version of the blockchain database, and that will greatly speed up your ability to synchronize to the current state. Okay, and here we have it. This is our SQLite file, and you can literally just take this guy and remove this part of it here, copy it, and take it to your user folder where your Chia installation is going to be living. Users, your name.chia, mainnet, db, and I've got mine in here already, but you could replace it with this, and you can see this is 108 gigabytes right now, and the one that we had downloaded was like 102. So you're probably about 10 days or so out of date on that, but that will catch up really quick and move things along really fast. So there is no good reason for you to go to the links of downloading this software. It just is not needed in a day and age where we have incredibly fast downloads available for the database. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your weekend. The Z420 video will be out tomorrow, and I hope everybody stay safe out there. Be mindful and suspicious of anything you see out there that is going above and beyond with wording like that. I don't want to see anybody get rugged here, so I hope you don't get rugged. I hope this does not result in anybody losing XCH, but certainly if you have been rugged, do reach out to me, digitalspaceport@gmail.com. I'm interested in hearing your story about this. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you guys next time.